That's a good start off. All right, are we ready?
Check 1, 2.
That's gonna come up.
Hello.
You have my mic on.
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
I'm 4.
Am I hearable?
We're going to cue you when to start. Well, actually, just look at the clock, and around 3:59 and 20 seconds is when you'll start, but 40 seconds rather. So we'll kind of give you a forewarning as that's coming up, but just know that that's the time you start, and then when you start reading, just start speaking to the camera too, even if the red light's not on.
Okay.
Which camera is she gonna look at? Camera 2? Okay. All right. So look, here's the deal.
Okay.
We get a perfect start. See that clock right there?
Right.
All right. The cable clock is 20 seconds
Different.
faster. So at 3:59 and 40 seconds is when you want to go on camera, because that's when we're going to be live. It's cable live, so even if we're not ready, it's cable. Seconds.
So, hi everyone. Welcome to Yo Soy Neighborhoods Fresno. We're here at downtown Fresno CMAC building. Come over and enjoy your pay. This is a service that we pay through our cable companies, and so it's you pay a minimal membership, and you can learn how to do your own videos and be part of. You could come and volunteer for Yo Soy and learn how to do this live programming. So we appreciate CMAC, and by the way, tomorrow they're taking part of the day at Grizzly Fest. They're doing Fresno Cares. This is their first gathering under this title of Fresno Cares, and we know Fresno Cares, but we just have to dig in and start to change things. Make this a modern city, modern Fresno. We need to, like Esmeralda was pointing out, we need some infrastructure. I say if our land is valuable, then perhaps we need to tell those developers and those investors, hey, you want a piece of the pie, let's put the money out there. So if there's no infrastructure on the block and you want to buy property and build a development, that means you need to also take a responsibility to bring up the neighborhood all around that area. Put a nice strip center so they'll have some shopping for little kind of fast jaunts to the store, put in the piping for the plumbing, put in, maybe the stressors for the what do I want to say, the curbing, preparing for the sidewalk. I know before that our parents paid for the sidewalk to be built, so that was part of the property tax. So if they can just put the curbing and the plumbing in so that we don't have floods, that would be helpful. But if they're going to do that within a 5 or 10 mile radius and they're just taking one plot of land, maybe 500 acres, then maybe you need to speak up and say, hey, you want a piece of our pie? We are the richest valley, I believe the richest valley in the United States, but we are definitely Central California that supports all of California. Just FYI there, okay? So todos que están trabajando en los files necesitan comprender que nosotros necesitan tratarnos bien, okay? So they need to treat us better. We need to ask for better. We deserve better, okay? So I believe that we have some people on the city council now that are actively working towards helping taxpayers, and we are the tax-paying public, and we need to ask more and be aware of some of the critical things that hamper our processes. And one of those I brought up last week was at the court. I noticed in having to deal with something that's going on with my family that the deputy clerk was unaware that there were books that anyone that's filing a case, you have policy and procedure of the court. The book is sold for $12.95, but that clerk, he said he was only trained in one thing, you know, looking at the document, the date, that was it. Okay, I was a clerk before, and as a deputy clerk, you swear, you take a statement saying that you are going to do to the best of your ability, and within the, you know, a government is just like a corporation. They have policy, rules, and procedures. So that clerk should be able to recite the code pertaining to that document and the signature and the signing and the timetable. You know, some documents take 5 days, some take 7, some take 10. So you need to be aware of that. Just so FYI, if you have a problem in the courtroom, because we no longer have court clerks, you have an option to pay for that service, but it creates other problems. Sometimes the judges, they hear what they want to hear, but not hear what is being said. Listening skills in America are not taught very well, so maybe we'll learn some of that. It's true. It's true.
So true.
So judicial performance, if you have something that you need to arbitrate or talk about, get the judge's name, you need your case number, you can file a complaint, you can call 415-557-1200. That is the Judicial Performance Review Board. Now, if you have a concern with a county worker that you're dealing with, and for some reason they've treated you in a bad way that's not as the highest level of customer service you feel that you should be receiving, as a taxpayer, you can call your local district board of supervisors. Each district has a division of who is in charge. It'll be, you know, Buddy Mendez, Sal Quintero, the one that transferred from city council, I don't remember.
Steve Randall?
Oh, yeah. No, Steve Randall.
Randall,
yeah.
yes.
No, that's, yeah, I don't remember.
It's Steve, yeah. He's the one that did the ordinance, but he went to the county.
Yeah, okay. So, and so that's what you have to do. This is the procedure, okay? So, now, if you also have a problem with your county worker, you can talk to your assembly person. Now, in my particular case, it's Joaquin Arambula. His phone number is 559-445-5532. And then if you really, really want to push it, take it to your local state senator. In my particular case, it's Melissa Hurtado, and her number is 264-3070. So just be aware, si tienen casos y creen que algo ha pasado, en el caso que no estaba bien con el juez o los trabajadores que están buscando or trying to understand the law, and sorry, Span English today. Anyway, so that's the information on that. And then we want to remind you, tomorrow we have also our mixer working with Fresno Discovery Center. You can come and enjoy a free tour from 6 to 7:30. And then we have the taco truck for a taco plate, 7:30 until we run out. So there you go. That'll be nice, huh? Nice. We have vendors there, and we will have a DJ, and it'll be fun. Fun. And support Grizzly Fest. Also, we want to share with you today Rainbow Housing Assistance Corporation. Some of the things or events, free events that they have are food giveaway. We have a lady here by the name of Tia Lorta, and she will share a little bit about some of the public events that they share and encourage people to get involved with. Tia Tia is an Army vet.
I am.
And where did you serve?
In the Army.
Yes.
Yes.
What was your?
I was reservist. I was only domestic. I only stayed here.
Oh, okay. Good,
Yeah.
good. Now, tell us exactly about Rainbow Housing Assistance Corporation?
So Rainbow Housing is a organization. We are a company that we work on a couple of apartment complexes in Southwest Fresno. We actually service about 375 families in Southwest Fresno, all located around Martin Luther King Elementary School. So we're concerned about the community. In order to be concerned about the families, we also have to be concerned about the communities even around us.
Right.
And we partner with a variety of organizations throughout Fresno that can come in and provide a service for our residents that they can move forward, build goals, make a goal, reach a goal.
Building a healthy community, being good
Exactly.
neighbors.
And a good person, and working on your legacy at all times, right? That's how we build, is being legacy minded, being concerned with our children.
I guess there's new labels for it, but just being a good citizen, take care of your, in the Ten
yes.
Commandments, but I'm not trying to be
You're right,
religious,
you're
but
right.
didn't they say take care of your neighbor?
Exactly.
As you would yourself. So that's being a good neighbor, and that's important, because if we're all healthy together and we're all working towards that same goal, we're going to get there.
Right.
You know?
And just like Your Soy wants to share with those resources that are out there, that's what we do with Rainbow Housing. We connect with those resources and help to try to bring them closer for our residents. So
Yeah,
they
but
don't have
for the general public as well, you do the food giveaway.
Right.
And that's Wednesdays, you said?
that's the food giveaways on Wednesdays, but those organizations that come in provide that service for our residents and for our local community. So we have Central California Food Bank, who help us to provide the food giveaways that we do every third Wednesday of the month. That's open to the community. It's on site for our residents, but it's open to the community. And we have every third Wednesday by 2 o'clock. And we also try to add in an additional food giveaway. Along with that, we have a youth enrichment program that we have on site at the 3 of our apartment complexes: Martin Luther King Square, Bigby Villa, and Westgate Garden. We have a youth enrichment program on all of those sites that provide.
When you say youth enrichment, kind of walk us through what they're offering.
So the youth enrichment program, we're going to have tutors on hand. We have a great staff. We provide a warm meal every afternoon after the kids got out of school, and we have tons of crafts and activities for them to learn. We want to read books. We want them to get their homework done.
A good support system.
Yes, and we want to teach them about life in general, things that'll help them along the way as they're growing up. And we partner with other folks to help to bring that about. Fresno Police Department, they come in and hang out with our kids on Wednesdays. And that's fun. The kids really look forward to that. We partner with 4-H. They come in and do a youth job training program. They did a sewing class with us on site, but we also were open to the public. But it was on our site, but it's open to the public. We had a variety of, most of the programs that we offer on
Why don't you give
site.
people your name and your internet, your website address, so that they can reach out to you and contact you?
Yes.
We have a couple of minutes here, maybe 30 seconds. Why don't you do that?
My name is Tia Lorta. You can find me, you can email me at Valley at RSC. Oh, I thought it was, sorry.
That's okay.
Valley at rscrainbow.org. That's my personal email. But if you want to check us out online. You can look at rainbowhousing.org
Okay.
and dig in and get more information. But if you want to call me, you could also reach me at 559-455-8130, and
Okay.
I can connect you with what's going on.
So, okay, that's California, and what was across street?
We're off of Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Martin Luther King and California. Check out that enrichment program. Thank you, Tia
Yes,
Lorta, for
you're
sharing
welcome.
that
Thank
program.
You. Thank you for thinking of me.
Oh,
and
yeah.
allow
this
me
is
to share.
wonderful. Yeah. Okay. See you soon. And hey, take a minute and watch that little thing about Yo Soy. Thank you. We'll be right back. Hi, we're back. We're back to Yo Soy Neighborhoods Fresno. You all know Smiley. Say hello.
Hello.
Today we're working on that veterans, honoring the veterans, all of our veterans, whether they've passed on or here with us. I see that we're trying to do a better job. We still have a lot of situations that aren't covered yet. But anyway, we'll let our guest talk about some of the issues we have locally. His name's Yonas Palos. He's a veterans advocate, and I met him a couple of years ago talking about how he's rescuing vets that are out on Fresno streets. Literally, he's out there. So, Yonas, why don't you lead on this one? Get some background on Yonas and
Please tell us, Jonas, about you and your story.
Yes, my name is Yonas Paulos. I come to you, I'm an immigrant from a country called Eritrea. So I was a war child myself of 30 years, bloody civil war in Africa a lot of people don't know about. I shouldn't even be here. I was traumatized at age 7, walked 15 days to the Sudan.
Oh my God.
That's my story. And I never talked about it and kept on excelling.
And this is where you became disabled?
No, that happened later through sports. Yeah, I was a superb soccer player, nearly professional. Graduated from Fresno Pacific in '93 with a degree in education, and my world tumbled because I had a broken bone in my face, undiagnosed. Then I go to surgery. I was blinded by a doctor, so I've been blind in my right eye for 13 years. So my own suffering brought me to these veterans. I'm not a veteran, and these veterans are suffering. Nobody's talking about their homelessness.
Right.
I'm finding Vietnam veterans on the streets, 40 years, and they're dying.
They're dying.
And one died on me on the 26th. I went into shock. I didn't even tell my wife. That's how I have Bell palsy from stress. I just went numb.
Right.
He dropped. I've been trying to rescue him since 2015.
And when you say rescue, you're talking about they're not well, or
They're not
all
well.
different
They're not
problems?
mentally healthy, and a lot of them have PTSD. And they're not transitioning them quickly into housing when they fall into homelessness. And if you were to look at page 33, their money, 10% on the book, on the Veterans Resource book, 10% is $136.24. How are you going to rent? They broke their disability by 10%. 10, 20. 20 is like, what, $100, $200? And then once you get 100%, which I got a veteran from Illinois, he was homeless. I met him in a hotel, and I got him
100%.
100%.
And when you get 100%, wow.
That's like $3,700 a month. He's very thankful.
Yes.
Mr. Charles Kais. It's awesome. It's God's work, what I do.
Yeah.
And I met Edna in my outreach. She saw my resources, and I do it all as a volunteer because that's how I'm living.
Yeah.
And I just love what I do. It became a passion of mine.
So this is one of the things that Jonas and I was talking about. This is an ordinance that was passed. It's B40. And here in Fresno, maybe you guys can talk about
Well, I
it.
think that the new city council wants to look at this again and try to fix it, because there's a lot of legal problems with this that they could sue the city of Fresno. So I think that because the recent just a few months ago when the city tried to pass another ordinance
Yes.
to outlaw giving anything to the homeless.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They call
Panhandling.
it the
Panhandling.
panhandling.
They put that sign up.
They did put a sign up, and that was a really contentious event, and they were fighting what sign to put on. But they mentioned this because the council members that really fought, against ostracizing the homeless, they also want to fix this, right? They're new council members. We have new council members that have just
Definitely.
been elected in. So
Yes.
hopefully, we'll see some changes. Really, what we need to do is increase the affordable housing. We need housing.
Definitely.
I mean, we need housing.
Totally agree with
That's
you.
what it is.
That
100%
was totally
what it is.
yesterday we needed it. Really.
Yes. And look at the
really.
revised version. We went in
Right.
City Hall, me and another advocate. Her name is Des Martinez. You can look her up. She's a wonderful
Right.
lady I met on the streets
Right.
when I was feeding
I
the
think
homeless.
I've seen her at the
She's
city council
awesome.
meeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Desiree Martinez.
Yep.
And her and I
Yeah,
went
we've
in.
interviewed her before. It's
She's
it's
awesome.
a very difficult situation. It really is. And I've talked to a fella that's at the Roding Park, and he is a Purple Heart recipient.
That's what breaks my heart.
And he's, I'm older than he is. He's 60-ish. And he says, I have enough money to pay the rent. The problem is that I'm not able to show past rent history because I was on the street for so long trying to get my full benefit
Right.
that now it's hard to bridge that gap. And so I guess what we need is compassionate homeowners that are renters or landlords to kind of look at those situations, because actually, I mean, that guy is getting like you said, $3,200. Purple Heart recipient, sure, he's probably broken because he made sure that we had our freedom,
Exactly.
And I'm sure that if I went out there and fought that war like that, I would definitely be crying every night.
So you're saying this is the most updated part of that ordinance? So
Yes.
It says here something to the effect that well, you can't camp in the city, right? That's
Yes.
trying to keep people off, certain areas. But they're saying if there's no confirmation of a bed at another shelter
There we
or
go.
facility, then you can't be cited. Is that?
Exactly. That's what we went in there because they don't have nowhere to go. Even though we opened up temporary shelters, the 4 years we've been advocating, myself and Desiree and a few other good doers, we opened up temporary shelters through EOC, the Hacienda Inn. They've been opened up 60 beds for mental health. That's what we want. Even for our veterans that have PTSD. Mental health is huge for not only for our veterans, for the homeless, period. They've been out there so long from the foster home. We need to fix
Right,
that.
right.
They're coming straight. There's no exit program.
So you work with the veteran community, right?
Yes.
But I mean, there's a lot of homeless people that are not veterans, right? That are suffering from PTSD, drug addiction, mental illness. What do we do about those people then?
To be honest with you, they need treatment also because they're human beings. I'm coming from humanity. And I'm sick and tired, I'm gonna say it on the air, that they wanna be out there. Who wants to be homeless?
Right.
We have council members saying that they don't know how it feels to have a head trauma. I could have been one of them because my head was so pounding. Thank God for my parents taking me
Right.
in. And I knew something was wrong because I wasn't normal. I couldn't even function.
Wow.
Right.
The daily routines, and people don't know. It's like, hey, Yonas, you're different.
But you
man.
had to take medication or find a way to get that
Yes,
resolved,
and
right?
therapy, and I found my Jesus. We all have it in here. We have to use it, like I said, compassion. If we don't look at them as humans, we're not going to solve it. And there's an underlying issue. Mine is concussion, the sport that I love. It took me out to lunch.
Yeah.
I
But
couldn't
that
do-
doesn't mean that you're not a savable human being.
Exactly.
We're all good somewhere.
We're all good somewhere, and people remember me from that, from the sports. And guess what? Now that I'm advocating for the veterans, actually, they hold positions. It opening me doors because they know this is serious. You know, even look at my face. I got Bell palsy because I'm so the lack of rest. I'm relentless in my advocacy. I got all the resources. 2 years ago, she saw my outreach at Calawa. And, you know, and these are kind of things that, you know, I became a missionary, actually. You know, we thrive in doing community service at Fresno Pacific, and I just end up doing just that. And I go, Dana, I fed them for 2 years. Well, they're not short of food. We have plenty of food. Okay? And we need to help them to feed themselves. Because I enabled them for 2 years because I live downtown. Did I do good? Yes. I don't want to see nobody hungry. 'Cause I never was hungry. I was always fed.
Right.
So by you giving food, you're not going to solve it by just feeding like most of the
'cause
churches do.
I've been to these council meetings, and always the opposition are saying, you can't give the homeless anything because they're just going to sell it. If you feel compassion and you give them something, they're going to sell it for drugs. It's always drugs, especially when one of the council members, he thinks that as long as you make it illegal, then the problem is just going to go away or something. I mean, he doesn't understand the desperation of these people on the streets when it's cold, when it's hot, when you have nothing, when you're counting your pennies.
Well, they're trying to even get water. Water is one of the biggest things they need all the time.
Exactly. If you notice, they cut off the waters downtown. Yes, there's no water like there used to be water fountains. They shut them down. The charging stations, they used to have a lot of them. They sealed them, even at the library.
Really?
If you were to go to the library, you see a sign that says how much luggage you could bring in. When my wife told me, I didn't believe it.
I saw that too.
Yeah, I was like, what? And I read it. It is true. They tell you how much weight you're going to bring in to the library. So it's
Really?
we have become a heartless society. I'm going to say it in the air. We
Right.
do have compassion. America wasn't like this
Right, right.
10 years ago or 5 years ago. Things are changing. And what do? They're a vulnerable population. They're getting demonized.
Well, victimized, really.
They're getting victimized. And, and the women, they have nowhere to go.
Right.
And they're not safe at all.
No, that I wouldn't think they were.
They are
would be
not safe at all. There's a lot of crimes happening unreported, and they're traumatized. They tell me at the library, and
Yeah.
I'm just one man.
Well, any person that would lose a home over their head,
You're
roof
vulnerable.
over their head,
Yes.
after a few weeks,
And
I
then
don't know.
surviving on the streets.
On the streets.
That would
That's
make you
where,
crazy.
I mean, because you don't know who someone's going to hurt you
Yes.
while you're sleeping.
Yes.
And then, of course, all of your belongings, I mean, even the police have been known to take them all, throw it all away.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's one
With
of
the garbage
things.
truck, it really broke my heart.
Yeah.
Early in the morning, they wake them up with a siren. Beep, 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 wake up. At the
Really?
Poverello Rescue Museum, 6 or 7:30, or 6:30 or 7. And then they move them from one area to another. Then they come back at night. So what are we doing? That is not a solution. A real solution is affordable housing. Okay, drug addiction is
I mean,
there. But not all of them are drug addicted.
Right.
some of those people or places like Sacramento, weren't they usually in tiny homes or something like that? Some type of
Missouri
special-
did it
Right,
for our veterans, tiny homes.
right.
They eliminated homelessness. There's a lady right now, she came to our Central Valley veterans. I became a member of them. She proposed, but I think our table, they weren't ready for that. She wants to do tiny homes, but like the zoning is killing her.
Sherry?
Sherry Singer, yeah, she's from LA. She's
Ye-
different. She's looking
yeah.
at 80 acres.
Right.
Thank
no,
you for
she
bringing
did
her up.
get it. She did get it. I was going to bring her on, but
Wow.
she didn't hear. She did get that, and she's going to be working on that development for tiny homes for veterans here.
I seen
and
the
I don't
layout.
know all the details yet, but we'll get some more
So
information.
do you think that if we had, there are resources for veterans, right? Which is very
They are.
good because the other homeless, there's not really resources per se. But let's say that we're able to maximize, utilize all the resources for veterans. What's the percentage of homelessness do you think we would clean up or fix if we were able to help the veterans that are homeless?
You can eliminate it because Fresno's not that really big.
And so if we took
They
care
could-
of all of the homeless veterans, how many other homeless do you think would still be on the street?
Oh, there'll be a lot.
A lot.
Just
So-
a lot. I'll get in the thousands. Right now, to be honest with you, with the veterans or the homeless period population, it exceeds 3,000. Easy.
It's grown.
It's
quite
grown
a
a
bit.
lot. It's not 1,500. In June, the point-in-time counting through Madera and Fresno,
Mm-hmm.
continuum of care, they do it in January, okay?
Right,
It's cold. You're not going
right,
to find them with
right.
this ordinance that we just talked about. They're tucked in under a bridge. You're not going to get them in the central location.
Oh, wow. Good.
And they do it for 3 days. That doesn't mean anything. You're not going to get them all. They've been stuck for the last 4 years I've been advocating. I've been hearing 1,500 times 4. That's how many are out there. Just look
Yeah.
downtown alone. It's probably 2,000,
Right.
3,000 at least. They're just scattered around here.
Wow.
Even the
just-
libraries.
We have a large area, so you can kind
Yes,
of
there's
hide
pockets,
out.
yes.
Yes, the true.
They're-
So let's share this. We only have a few more minutes. This is Calvet Veterans Home Shuttle to the Courthouse Park.
I could say I champion that with Mr. Ray and Steve Burton. Ray Lazaro and Steve Burton and myself with Miguel Arias and the other council members, we made that happen
Okay. And what is the purpose shuttling from?
to bring them to downtown so they can
Okay.
ride our buses and they can live their
How many
ordinary life.
veterans? This is from the veterans home.
Yes, it's a shuttle.
Okay. So
from-
how many people are out at that veterans home?
There's 300
Okay.
and there's 180 they're mobile. They're able to come out and use that. That's why I used that data. And there's 60 in the memory and there's 60 in the assistant home inside there. So there's 300
Well,
altogether.
That's wonderful. Good for you. That's
Thank
something
you.
they really needed, and it's through EOC supported that as well.
Yes.
And then let's just touch. We have a couple of seconds here. Touch on this real quick.
Well, I became a service officer because I care so much. Yeah, I find a lot of veterans that are homeless. To give you public out there, it's called other than honorable. These veterans don't know because I have the information. I read everything, all their books. I can go to a hearing, and every veteran that goes to a hearing wins.
Okay. Okay.
So I got 2 right now.
Right.
One served 8 years, and the other one 3, and I'm going to win both of them for them.
Right.
Good for you.
Congratulations.
So this is
Thank
a
you.
hearing to extend their benefits.
Yes, to get them at least the health care. That way they don't, because it's expensive
Okay.
to do on your own.
Well, give everybody your name and number again, Jonas.
My name is Yonas Paulos, Veterans Advocate. You can call me at 559-644-5383, or you can email me at ypaulos, the number 2 at hotmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonas.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for your work. Thank you for your
You're welcome.
heart.
Thanks,
Thank
Jonas.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Sit down, Yonas.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I think that puts us down.
We did okay?
Oh, you're awesome, man.
Better?